Yes, saxophone with pedals is awesome. I've been asked a bunch of times why I use pedal effects with horns. The answer is simply that it's fun. We can use all the same cool effects that electric guitarists can with their own primary instruments. I'm Cecily Terhune. Thanks for watching my video. If you like what you're hearing today, please be sure to subscribe, and also stick around to the end of this video for a bonus tip. So this second video is all about the middle of the chain, the pedals. We're going to start with the types of pedal effects available to us, then we're going to talk about some general rules regarding pedal order, and then we're going to close with the cables necessary to connect the pedals to each other and to a power source. There are so many different types of pedal effects available to us. For this video, I've simplified it down to 10 main types in no particular order. Reverb. You're probably already familiar with this effect. Modern reverb pedals can do so many things, but the primary function is to give a physical, acoustic context to your sound, whether it's a hall or a room or anything else. A chorus pedal is a great addition to any pedal board to give the performer a little more color and depth. It essentially duplicates your sound and plays it ever so slightly out of tune and out of sync. It's supposed to give the illusion of more than one performer. Pitch shifting and octave pedals allow you to basically add another voice to your sound at a particular interval or particular intervals. They can work chromatically with a fixed interval or diatonically with a shifting interval quality to follow key restrictions. Be warned, however, that the diatonic function is very literal and will not necessarily sound great if you often play outside the key. A wah pedal or envelope filter is a tone filter that filters out low or high frequencies. It's a very expressive and funky effect that can sound like a human voice. As with all the pedals, delay pedals can range from the simple to the very complex. The delay effect reproduces what you play at a certain time interval afterward. It can be a very tight delay or a very long delay. Loopers are often gateway pedals for beginning pedal enthusiasts. They allow us to single-handedly create grooves or chord progressions or entire tunes by repeating what we play over and over again. A phaser uses filters to cut out various frequencies in the audio spectrum. In common terms, it basically produces a warm, pseudo-vibrato kind of effect that gives the sound motion and color. A sustain pedal is similar to the pedal found on a piano that elongates notes when depressed. This is a cool pedal for single-note instrumentalists to be able to experiment with polyphony. Many different types of pedals can be considered synth pedals. In the most general sense, synth pedals affect the tone through oscillation, pitch multiplication, and/or fuzz, among other things. Fuzz, distortion, and overdrive pedals are often grouped together as dirt or gain-based effects. These pedals can max out the gain in your sound to create distortion or create square waves to produce a fuzz sound. Dirt pedals can help give grit to your sound and even emulate an electric guitar. The overdrive pedal I'm featuring today is very special. It comes from my friends over at Indie String Theory in Fountain Square, Indianapolis. Indie String Theory is an awesome local Indianapolis boutique music store that features locally made instruments and pedals. They were kind enough to let me check out this awesome Native Audio Kiaayo overdrive pedal. If you're not familiar with Native Audio, they're an awesome indigenous-owned pedal company based in Dayton, Ohio. You'll definitely want to be familiar with them. So as you can see, there are tons of cool effects available, and we've only scratched the surface of what's out there. The order of the pedals in your signal chain matters because the alteration of your sound is compounded with each additional effect. While there aren't any hard and fast rules about pedal order, there are some standard best practices when designing your pedal board. Number 1, the tuner pedal goes first in the chain. Pitch shifters go toward the beginning of the chain because they need to be able to track your pure sound. Wah and compression pedals should go after your pitch shifter in your chain. Number 4, dirt pedals should go in the middle of the chain before modulation pedals. Number 5, modulation pedals like chorus and phaser pedals should go toward the middle of the chain. Number 6, time-based effects like delay and reverb and loopers should go toward the end of the chain. Just keep in mind, the pedals at the end of the chain are altering your already affected sound. In other words, the effects are being compounded with the addition of each new pedal. Lastly, you'll need to connect the pedals to each other and to the power supply. The way we connect pedals together is by using patch cables. They're usually 3 to 6 inches long and they have 1/4-inch adapters on the end. They can easily connect from the output of one pedal to the input of another pedal. There are a bunch of different types of patch cables out there, but you're basically just looking for something really sturdy so it doesn't break on you at a gig. Also, I like the ones with flat connectors so that they conserve space on my pedal board. You'll need a different kind of cable to connect your pedals to your power supply. Most pedals use a standard polarity DC cable like this one. My advice is to run your pedal board to a central isolated power supply like this one, as opposed to running through a bunch of individual power supplies or even a daisy chain. Most pedals require 9 volts of DC power, but not all of them, so you want to double check your manual to make sure you're powering your pedal properly. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of the video. So the bonus tip is, sometimes when you put a bunch of pedals together in a chain, you can get some unwanted noise or feedback in the signal. You can combat that using this, a noise gate or a noise suppressor. This will clamp down on the signal when you're not playing, so you don't have any unwanted noise. Thanks again for checking out the video, and I hope to see you for the next one. Please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the last part of the series.